As a developer environment is really important. Since you'll be spending a lot of time in front of the computer, you want to make sure everything is set up properly. In this video, we are going to go over how to set up your developer environment. And I'll show you what I use on my laptop. Now, since I'm using a Mac, I will leave notes after this video for Windows users as well. Finally, this video is completely optional, and actually this entire section is optional. If you aren't looking to customize your setup or you already have it done, then you can skip over this section and move on to the next one. Now let's get started. In this video, we're going to customize Sublime Text. Sublime Text looks pretty nice, and I have a sample project, actually our background generator here. It's kind of plain and boring. I want to show you that if you go to Sublime Text, to Preferences, you can actually choose some color schemes and themes. So theme, for example, you see that we only have 2 right now. I can change it to that. I can change the color scheme to this, and we get a bit of a change. But the one that I really like is Material Theme. And I'll leave the link to this for you, and you can see over here that it makes your Sublime Text look really nice. If I go over this, we see that we can just install it with something called Package Control. And the way we do that, and it actually gives you pretty nice instructions, is we just need to press Command, or in case of Windows, Control, and P. So let's do that. I'm going to say Command-Shift-P, and I see over here Install Packages. So I can actually start typing and I'll get Install Packages. Or if you don't have Package Control, you can actually install Package Control through here as well. So let's install packages. And let's see what it says over here. And enter search for Material Theme. Okay, so we'll just say Material Theme. And there it is. I'm just gonna click on it. You'll see that down here it's doing a bit of work to download it. And once it's done installing, we should have, there you go. We've installed it, and it says to activate the theme. Well, it actually gives you really nice instructions again. It's actually a really good idea to close and reopen Sublime Text just to make sure everything is running smoothly. So I'm going to close, and let's just reopen it. And all we have to do now is just go to Preferences, Theme, and look at that. We have our Material Theme. So I like the, I like the darker one, so we'll do let's do the default one. There you go. Okay, we're getting there. Let's check out what else it says over here. So we've changed it to Material Theme, and if you go to color schemes as well now, you should have Material Theme as well. So we'll make sure that those match. I'll say Material Theme. Look at that. That looks pretty nice. So we have our script file looking nice, and also our CSS looking nice. Okay, awesome. Let's see what else we can do with this theme. Other thing is you have a couple of add-ons. You can actually add file icons if you want. You can see over here that you can add these. So let's see how we can install this. We can just do Package Control, Install Package, and find a file icon. So let's do that. I'm gonna again do Command-Shift-P, Install Package, and let's do File, a file icon. There you go. Please restart Sublime Text for the applied icons to take effect. But it looks like it already has. Look at that. You can see over here, I have the HTML5 icon, the JavaScript icon, and the CSS3 icon. That looks pretty cool. Awesome. I'm going to close that. Let's go back to Material Theme. And they have recommended settings for a better experience. I'm actually just going to copy this. Where you want to put this? Well, if you go into Sublime Text Preferences and you go into Settings, you'll get default settings on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, you have the user settings. And you want to make most of your changes on this side. You see that our theme has already been automatically changed to Material. So here we can just add our copy and pasted suggested theme options. Let's save that. Some of the themes have changed. Awesome. I'm going to close this and all right, things are looking a little bit nicer. What else can we do here? You can actually also change the fonts. If I download something like Roboto Mono, which is a Google font, if you remember, we just have to click the plus icon. We'll download it. And once we open that, there you go, we have our font. And what you do is you actually grab this and drag it into your application, which is usually, even on Windows, you'll have a font app. On Mac, we have the font book right here. And all we do is just drag it in here. So I have Roboto Mono now as my font. And it's actually very easy to change. If I go into my settings again, and we can just say font face, and we'll do Roboto Mono. If we save that, there you go. We've changed our font. Looks even nicer. And one last thing that I really like doing is changing the color scheme. There's something called Oceanic Next. That's really, really nice. And as you can see, this is completely up to you. If you want to have your own little color scheme and theme, you can do that yourself. But again, I just want to show you my setup here. So package control, Oceanic Next. Again, we just simply do Command-Shift-P, install package, Oceanic Next color scheme. Press enter. And now if I go to Sublime Text, Preferences, Color Scheme, I should have Oceanic Next. And there you go. I personally like this color style. If you like something else, well, that works too. Very cool. And the last thing I want to show you is that besides just looks, you can install packages with Sublime. And if you just go to Sublime Packages, you can do a lot of things. You can add a lot of extensions to Sublime Text and anything that you need. For us, I think the most important thing is that, again, we do install package. And the first one is called Babel. And as you can see, it's a syntax definitions for ES6 JavaScript with React JSX extensions. Whew. What does that mean? Well, again, as new features of JavaScript come up, we want to make sure that Sublime Text recognizes it and adds all the colors and formatting that we need. Well, by having Babel, and we install this, we now have a Babel file format. So if I actually click on this instead of the JavaScript one, you can do some really nice things like arrow functions, and it'll recognize it. I recommend using the JavaScript Babel version to make sure that any new JavaScript features that you use, it'll be nicely highlighted. One other one actually that I'll show you is the sidebar. Oh, I gotta install package, and then sidebar enhancements. Up until now, if I right click here, I have only a few options: rename, delete file, or reveal in Finder. If I add sidebar enhancements, and now I go right click, I have way more options that I can do with my files, which is very, very cool. All right, that's it. Play around with your settings and you can read up a ton on the internet about everybody's customized way of doing things. I think this works really, really well. It looks pretty and it makes your life a whole lot easier when writing new JavaScript syntax. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.